The greatest time of year is upon us, football season. What better way to celebrate the Rock Month than to take a detailed look at his best football movie, The Game Plan.
Get some Roman free safety or something? This is cover 2, little lady, so stay close.
Are you okay?
Do I sound okay?
Wait, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Sound like this, I'm sorry. Cinnamon.
This week's episode, we're going to sit down and take a look at what I consider to be The Rock's strongest acting performance, Gridiron Gang.
To prove to yourselves and prove to everyone out there that even though you're locked up, you're somebody.
Is it cheesy crap or is it a crowd pleaser? Let's find out. Gridiron Gang is a sports drama released in 2006 to abysmal reviews and box office numbers. Those who have watched the past The Rock Month reviews might be noticing a trend. More on that later. Gridiron Gang is based on a true story following Sean Porter, played by The Rock. Porter is a counselor at the Kilpatrick Detention Center in LA. His growing frustration with the inability to change the young men thrown in and out of the system causes him to relent to something that helped save his troubled youth: football.
What one activity can improve him in all these areas?
You want to start a football team?
Exactly.
Porter, with much reluctance from those around him,
It's impossible.
Then let's try the impossible. Because the possible just ain't working.
including competing high school teams,
Sounds fine, as long as there's no gang members.
forms the Kilpatrick Mustangs, a literal band of misfits. It's Porter's belief that kids, being a part of something bigger than themselves, like a football team, will teach them maturity, responsibility, and discipline. First and foremost, let's talk about the film's genre placement. If anyone has spent any time watching sports dramas, they all know that every film comes with a level of cheese. Like the word corny, cheese comes with a negative connotation. Remember the Titans, arguably considered to be the best football movie, not mine anywho,
In heels. Chicks dig scars.
is still absolutely ridiculous at times. Everything is a sappy melodrama designed to make you smile or cry. Each sports movie comes with that level of predictability that we as viewers all expect. The creation of the team, the doubt and possible destruction of the team, and overcoming insurmountable odds to come to the film's conclusion. Gridiron Gang hits all these memorable beats, and it's easy to see why it falls victim to film critics like the infamous Richard Roper stating, "It's way too corny and way too over the top."
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Like Remember the Titans, the film's good intentions, interlaced with a meaningful message, is sappy sweet.
You want to come back out here? We'll be out here working our asses off. You want to come back out? Make sure you bring a heart with you next time.
We as viewers have a hard time getting past it because most sports films are based in a form of reality. Reality, unlike sports movies, does not have swelling music. Meaningful, hard-hitting motivational speeches,
I think you may even be great. And I'm gonna push you until we find out.
or crowds of people that randomly clap for kind gestures. Why films like Remember the Titans get a pass over Gridiron Gang is about as silly as some of the moments the films both share. So what about The Rock? This is by far his best acting performance. Sean Porter, shown at the end of the film, is clearly a motivating, hard-hitting, and enthusiastic individual.
You do it my way, not your way. Your way got you here.
He has a presence in him that requires someone of equal authority to carry. In walks The Rock, who fits Porter like a glove.
I still don't believe that they're 26 points better than you. I still think you're the better team. I still would not trade you for them.
Tell you something else. I still don't believe that they're 38 points better than you. I still don't believe that they're the better team. I would not trade you for them.
Like the previous The Rock reviews, the film shines the brightest when The Rock is inspiring.
You better be on, asshole, because I'm all you've got. Then fuck you. Who else cares about you?
I don't need nobody else.
You don't give a shit about me or anybody
Man, that's
else.
right.
Then why Why'd you try and save Kelvin yesterday?
Whether it be The Rock's actual hard childhood, in and out of many criminal situations, or perhaps his unsuccessful young adult life, it's clear the character means so much to him.
To be honest with you, I could have easily been locked up. I could have been one of these kids. I had somebody in my life who cared enough about me to say, you're going to stop screwing up and you're going to make something of yourself. And I mean, come hell or high water, I'm going to make sure that it happens.
It just isn't the emotional scenes, but the motivational scenes, the speeches that carry a significant weight that only someone like The Rock can bring.
What are you looking at? Don't look at them. They ain't gonna help you out here, Willie. You got no homeboys, you got no help. You damn sure ain't got no gun, and you can't run away. You got nobody but yourself. But goddamn it, that's all you need. Believe in yourself and knock me on my ass.
The only knock I can give The Rock is that it's a shame he rarely taps into what talent he does have to show his acting range. A few scenes really show off the extent of The Rock's range. The scene I'd say most showcased The Rock's ability to act on the spot was when the team was celebrating Porter's mother's death. The Rock, boosted by excellent decisions from both the script and the direction, kept the character quiet and restrained. It was only after the character walked away did we see The Rock's ability to really struggle with the heavy-hitting emotion, like the sadness of his mother's passing. It wasn't a full-on emotional meltdown because that's not who Porter was.
Thanks. Guys, get out there and practice.
Gridiron Gang, like many sports films, is chock full of memorable moments. On a single watch, you'll probably be yelling 88 at various people that walk by.
88! 88 for life, homie. I'm 88! 88 for life! Did you hear me? 88 for life, bitch! You going crazy? 88!
Laughing at the ironically, unfortunately timed diss at EA.
But thrown a pass in the real game, have you?
Now I played games. I played Madden.
What?
This ain't EA, homie. A video game? I controlled the quarterback. What? It ain't football.
Or be moved by some fantastic speeches.
You're not the loser you were when you first got here, Willie. You're just not used to being a winner.
Some of the supporting characters have a decent amount to do here, including Exhibit, who plays Porter's associate Malcolm Moore. Outside of one scene that's a bit too on the nose.
Didn't Jesus say something like, be merciful, just as your Father's merciful? Don't pass judgment, and you won't be judged.
He's actually pretty decent in this movie. Well, for a rapper anyway.
That you won't let the industry box you in. We're pretty much on some same shit, yo.
Again, like Remember the Titans, a lot of focus is put on the kids to shine here. They all range, but most are completely fine.
Better. It means much more to us.
Each play the typical stereotype that influences the plot going forward. Unfortunately, at least on a rewatch, the kids play some of the weakest parts in the story despite having the largest connection and meaning to what's actually going on. This is clearly something of extreme importance as most of these young men, as stated earlier in the film, have lives end in incarceration or death.
75% of our kids end up back in jail. How much worse could it be?
However, the plot predictability keeps things pretty standard as to what to expect. Gridiron Gang secured $41 million on a $30 million budget. It was critically panned, with most critics not favoring the film's content but praising The Rock's performance. Which brings me to something I brought up earlier in the review, The Rock's consistency to hit duds. Hey, Schwarzenegger did it and Stallone did it. However, The Rock has really managed to hit consecutive bombs and avoid a complete career meltdown. Walking Tall, Gridiron Gang, Doom, Southland Tales, The Rundown, and Faster were all near or were box office bombs.
How does he do that?
Majority of these were at the early onset of his career, something that would derail most of Hollywood actors' careers. If anything, this resounding failure on the onset of The Rock's career might epitomize both the hard work and personality he exudes.
Because it allows me to go into these big moments that I've worked my ass off, and you guys have worked your ass off. It allows me to go into these big moments with a different perspective.
With films like Hobbs and Shaw, Jumanji, Central Intelligence, Rampage, and far more to come, it's clear Hollywood and the movie-going community love him. So, Gridiron Gang. It's a sappy, on-the-nose, cheesy film with goofy moments like this.
Run a post pattern.
Ball.
By the way, this scene with actor Leon Rippey is painfully cheesy, including the clearly dubbed screaming from him.
By number 31, Calvin Owen.
Gridiron Gang is a fun, sometimes emotional, sometimes corny football movie with a satisfying, emotionally resonant performance from The Rock. It's worth it alone to see the actor step out from his larger-than-life persona to embody a man that's clearly trying to change the community. It's a heroic effort from The Rock that is deserving of your attention.
Hey, football?
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to those who have helped me surpass 700 plus subscribers and almost 90,000 channel views. Here's to many more Lost and Found episodes. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me review.